Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back from the OPTC video, and in today's video we have the clash of the three captains. The April Fool's event is now a clash. It is an 8-star event, 40 stamina. It's not exactly super challenging, but in today's video I do have three teams for you guys. And the first team is led by the GOAT, the best legend in the game, Super Tandem Nami. I really wanted to include Super Tandem Nami because I just don't understand how people don't think that this chick is cracked. She's so freaking powerful, so I thought, hey, let's bring double Nami. There's a lot of paralysis here, and again, she shines where she probably shouldn't, because this content is easy. There are a lot faster teams that can do this, but if you bring Nami as a friend captain, you can definitely get it done very, very quickly. Now, I have thrown these teams together very, very fast with the help of the Japanese player base, so thank you to everyone that put out videos over on Twitter. Make sure to go check out the big time names. You guys know who they are. Over on Twitter, there's a lot of teams floating around because this content was released early for Japan. On stage 3, we come up against Zoro. He does a big HP cut. You get 3 turns of remove sound effects, so like remove your special effects, and he puts up a damage limiter for 3 turns. On the second turn, he's going to stun your sailors, which is very annoying because then you basically have to sort of take the damage on the second hit, and Nami can do a lot of damage because Zoro can be killed within 2 turns. So just be mindful of that if you are using this Nami team. You do need to take that third shot. That'll get rid of the remove sound effects debuff, and then you'll be good to go from there. On stage 4, you come up against the 3 captains. They're going to make it harder to hit perfects for 7 turns. They put up 6 turns of defense up, and they roll back your specials by 2 turns, which will go back down to 1, and they reduce your healing. So having Usohachi on this team is very, very powerful because he can remove 5 turns of the defense up. And then with level limit break Carrot, you can actually remove another... Well, you can set the defense to 0. Now, if you guys don't have level limit break 5 Carrot, that is okay. The big thing we want Carrot to do here is bypass the defense effects on the final stage. So, if you don't have Carrot at level 5, as I said, you can basically just use something like the Dakona's support. You can use any support like Brook, the Kazuna Rare Recruit Brook, on Nami to help get around the extra defense up. Or you can pretty much just replace like Ace Yamato on this team with anyone that can remove defense up as well. So Usohachi's great. He gives cooldowns. You don't have to worry about that. The support of Garp helps with the special bind on stage 3 as well. On the final stage, your right side gets turned into Int, your left side gets turned into Sai. There's 1 turn of damage roll and 4 turns of thresholds. Very annoying stuff. Different shenanigans with barriers and defensive effects, but that's what makes Carrot so good on this team. She's not getting boosted on Nami, but when she becomes captain, she boosts your entire squad because we are running the primary classes, shooters, strikers, fighters, and basically she just helps us bypass not only the barriers, but she helps us bypass the defensive effects as well, being the thresholds and the damage null. So you don't even have to worry about getting around it. Kuzan can though, if you have Kuzan level limit break 5, but literally Kuzan's only here to help you with the Garb support and to give you a full board of orbs in the final stage. So just be mindful of that. If you are running Kuzan, that's the big reason that you actually want him here. On to the next team. Alright, so for the next team, we are using a hybrid combination of Kid and V1 Kaido. As you guys know, the law that states, if thou shall use V1 Kaido, thou shall use V1 Kaido, as V1 Kaido is very, very powerful and very, very fast at getting through content. So if you can build out this team, you're going to have a fun time because it is very, very quick. It does have some key supports. Again, we are using Garp on Kuzan. This Kuzan, the Psy Kuzan, is so good for this fight, especially if you are running striker teams. We do have some cooldown supports like the waifus on Killer. To get that 1 turn of cooldown is very, very important. And we have the Mr. 3 support on Lin to give us some cooldowns there as well. That's fairly important because once you move into this stage, you do need to make sure that you get all your cooldowns ready to go. If you don't have the support of Mr. 3, that's okay. You don't actually need it, and I don't think you need the support of of the waifus. You might need that 1 turn, but let me know in the comment section. You can always, you can't really stall a turn. You kind of need that support if you don't have it, just to remove the paralysis on this stage. Now, on this stage, we are going to use Killer to give us some more cooldowns, and then we use Lin to apply the burn mechanic. With this team, thanks to the HP cut of Kaido, we don't actually need to stall because the burn will actually take out Zoro on the second turn, and with the HP cut, it's just enough damage. However, we do cop the stun, but the beautiful thing about running Kid as captain is Kid does damage to himself every single turn, and this is perfect for getting around the stun mechanic, as you don't have to worry about that. When Zoro dies, though, he gives you the 22 turns of no healing, which can be a bit annoying, but for this team, it doesn't matter all that much. On the next stage, we come up against the 3 captains first. They have that 20-hit barrier, the 6 cents of defense up. Very, very annoying stuff here, and it's harder to hit perfects too, so getting that barrier can be a bit of a pain in the ass. However, with Kuzen on this team, if you tap in the right order, unlike I did because I'm a giant spoon, Kuzen has barrier pen, so if you have his barrier pen maxed out, you can actually just tap through it, and he has type advantage. But the idea was to actually activate the Super 10 of Kid at level 5. He sets defense to 0, and if you set the defense to 0, you can actually just easily kill here. As you saw, I got very lucky, and I actually hit it perfect on the final tap, and you can do it the long way, but I would highly recommend just using Kuzen. Barrier pen works a treat, type advantage. It just works. It works. On the final stage against the 3 captains again, they are going to turn into a quick unit now. They have damage null, they have threshold, and they have the barrier. The Arena X-Drake is perfect for this. He can get rid of the threshold, he can get rid of the damage null, plus he gives you color affinity and a chain lock. Then we can wrap it up with Kuzen. He's just an attack booster for Sai and Quick. Unfortunately, that's just Killer, and that's just Kuzen on this team, but that's okay, because like they can actually hit fairly hard. We have to break the barrier. We have to hit 3 greats anyway. So as you guys will see, we hit the 3 greats with our Super Tandem units. That way we can break the barrier. We get that defense down. We get that extra damage from Kid. And as you can see, we still had Kaido to spare with the amount of damage on this team. So it works fairly nicely. Kid and Kaido getting it done. Let's move on to the final team. So the final team of the video is the cat-dog combination. As you guys know, whenever it comes to like free making content and speedrunning stuff, cat-dog do reign supreme. However, the team's led by Frankie, and the reason the team is led by Frankie is because Frankie has a captain action that just bypasses the damage limiter mechanic. Now, on stage 1, we are going to pop our Dog Storm special. That is just going to allow us to get 2 turns of cooldowns, and if you do this, you don't really need all of those extra shenanigans of the supports that you guys see here. As I said, like this, I had to record this very quickly because I'm about to leave for Japan, but if you actually have all those supports, you can use them. But if you don't stress, because if you use Dogstorm on turn 1, you will be able to get the cooldowns there. Dogstorm gives himself back cooldowns, and you will be pretty hunky-dory there. On stage 3 against Zoro, this is where we are going to use our Luffy special. As you can see, Luffy gets his cooldowns. You don't even need the Mistim support. If you have the Mistim support, though, it's definitely going to help you out because it gives you those cooldowns. But don't stress if you don't have it. You will get the cooldowns in time. Luffy's going to remove the special bind, he removes the paralysis, and then with the captain action of Frankie, you can easily take out Zoro here. As you can see, like, I'm missing shots. My Frankie is level limit break 5 though, so his captain ability is a little bit higher. But with the extra damage you get from the Luffy special, you are in good stead there as well. So, like, don't stress. If you don't have Frankie level limit break 5, it should still work. You could always use support on Luffy for some more damage as well. On to the 4th stage. There's a barrier and defense up. We do have to get through the defense up because Cat Dog doesn't allow that. Plus, you get the special reverse. So, utilizing the super type, or the super class, sorry, of Dogstorm, we can get the cooldowns. Then we can use Nami to actually set the defense to 0. Now, on this stage, if you want to, if you have it, you can use the Frankie special. Frankie's going to give you an attack boost if you are struggling for damage. You can even use the Dofi special. Like, Dofi will hit very, very hard at the back end there. But you don't need it. Like, as you can see, like, we had plenty of damage there. We go through the barriers. Setting the defense to 0 and getting the conditional boost from Nami is very, very strong, and that basically just helps you out take out that stage. On the final stage, though, there is the damage null and the threshold, and as you can see, we are at a nice chunky HP threshold. Make sure you have all your characters with the remove healing limit break, because you do need to be above 50% for Dogstorm to work. We do have Dofi here as well. Dofi can heal if you use him correctly, but for me, I use him for the chain boost, and as you guys will see, it's an easy peasy kill on the captains there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to go down there about the like button for me if you're new to the channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Later!